How's it going, everybody? I've been riding with the Lucky Speed Shop Shorty levers for about 6 weeks now. Let me tell you about them. My name is Ron, and here on this channel I tackle projects of all sizes related to the bikes I ride, and I also share information with you about the various products that I try. And this is video 2 in a 3-part series about the Lucky Speed Shop Shorty levers for 2015 and newer Harley-Davidson Softail models. In the first video, which I'll link to here, I covered the unboxing and installation of the 6-block style levers that I installed on my Street Bob fxbb. In today's video, I'm going to give you a review and share my impressions about these levers after having ridden with them for 5 or 6 weeks now. And in the third video in this series, I'm going to give you a detailed comparison between the Lucky Speed Shop Shorty levers that I chose and the one-finger Shorty levers that I originally tried that didn't work out so well. So be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and enable all notifications so you don't miss out on future videos. Now, this video is not sponsored. I'm just sharing with you what I've learned along the way. But I will have links to the Lucky Speed Shop Shorty levers and any other products that I talk about in the video description. So if you want more information, be sure to check that out. As I mentioned in the first video where I covered the unboxing and installation, my initial impressions of the Lucky Speed Shop Shorty levers are really good. I really like the finish of the levers, and the installation process went super smooth. And in today's video, I'm going to give you a more traditional review of these levers. I'm going to give you the details and features about the levers. I'm going to tell you what my experiences have been and give you my overall impressions now that I've ridden with them for a few weeks. So let's dive in. The Lucky Speed Shop Shorty levers for 2015 and newer Harley-Davidson models will lighten your wallet by about $150 to $170 depending on which style that you pick. Watch their site because they do have sales, and you'll probably have to sign up to be notified because they produce these in batches and they seem to go pretty quick when they put them out on the site. So you probably need to sign up so you'll get notified whenever the levers are produced, which is what I had to do when I was looking for mine. Taking a look at the features of the Lucky Speed Shop levers, they are made out of aluminum and they are based off the OEM style lever, so installation is super easy and goes off without a hitch. These levers work only with cable operated clutches. These levers are about 1.5 inches shorter than stock levers, depending on the style that you choose. Their website says that all of their levers are 2 1/8 inches shorter, but my levers are actually about 1.5 inches shorter, so I think it's just a typo on their site. So just know that the levers are between 1.5 inches and 2 1/8 inches shorter than stock levers, depending on which style that you choose. There are several styles available: the smooth lever, the 6-block lever that I chose, and then the trigger style lever. And amongst those levers, there are several different colors available. Not every lever comes in every color, but you do have choices depending on which style that you pick. A couple of the colors are creative, like Sour Diesel and Space Force, and then you have more traditional colors like Gloss Black, Satin Black, the Fired Bronze that I went with, and then a red color, and then a couple of other options as well. Let's talk about the pros and the cons, and I'll start with the pros. First of all, as I've mentioned, they start with the OEM style levers, and this is really a big benefit. I've worked with several different levers with several different bikes over the years. If the lever is not an OEM lever, in most cases, the fitment is just not as nice as your stock lever. But in this case, the Lucky Speed Shop levers fit perfectly, everything goes together nicely, installation is a breeze, and everything just works like it should. Also, because they start with those OEM levers, you know your neutral safety switch is going to work fine. You know you won't have any problems with your front brake actuation, and of course you get to use your stock purchase as well. The quality of the finishes looks to be great based on my initial experiences and my impressions. And small but important detail, Lucky Speed Shop does a great job with the packaging of the levers so that when you get them, you know they're going to be in great condition. They're going to look great when you start out. How about cons for these levers? Well, I don't really have any strong negatives about these levers, but I do have a couple of nice to haves that some people may be interested in. And that's only 2 things. First of all, these are stock pull levers. So if you want an easier pull lever, you would want to look for something different. Because these levers are based off the OEM levers, all the geometry is the same, so you'll end up with a shorter lever that takes just as much force to pull. Also, there's no ball on the end of the levers. If you're concerned about that and you want to have that ball for that extra security in gripping the lever and making sure your fingers don't slide off the levers, that's also something that you should be aware of. But in my case, neither one of those has caused me any problems, but I did want to make you aware of that just in case that was something that you were concerned about. So what's my verdict on these levers? Again, I've been riding the levers for 5 or 6 weeks now, and overall, I'm going to give these levers a thumbs up, and I'm going to say that I would recommend these levers. And you've heard me mention it, one of the strongest attributes of these levers is the fact that it's based off of the OEM levers, so they just work. Installation is a breeze. You take your old levers out, you put your new levers in, everything matches up perfectly, everything just works. So if you want a low hassle shorty lever option, this is definitely something that you should consider. And as I mentioned, you've got good choices with styles and colors. So overall, I've been really happy with the levers, and I've really been eyeballing that trigger style lever that Lucky Speed Shop offered. Which brings me to the one point that I wish was a little bit different. And again, this may not be negative for everyone, but it's just something for me, and that's the fact that I really do want that clutch lever to be a bit shorter than it is. Their website says it's 2 1/8 inch shorter. My measurements, as you can see in my first video, show that it's 1 1/2 inch shorter than stock. And if I look at their trigger style levers, those are a bit shorter, and I believe that length is more like what I'm looking for. So I just may tackle this project myself. I have extra OEM levers, and I'm really thinking about making a set of shorty levers and coming up with a length that's exactly what I want. So be on the lookout for that in case I do tackle that project. So in my next video, I'm going to give you a detailed comparison between the Lucky Speed Shop levers that I chose and the 1-finger shorty levers that I originally worked with. I worked with the 1-finger levers for several months. I worked very closely with 1 finger. It just didn't work out. And I'm going to give you more information about that in the next video and give you a very detailed comparison between the two levers and show you the differences and the similarities between those levers to help you out as you investigate options for shorty levers for the Softail bikes. So have you tried shorty levers? Have you tried the Lucky Speed Shop shorty levers or some other shorty levers? Drop in a comment and let me know. I'd love to hear what your experiences have been and how that's worked out. And have you found any other trigger levers? I haven't found any other company that makes a trigger style lever for the newer Softail models. So if you found a set of those, drop in a comment and let me know where you found them and if you've tried them. And if you've tried them, how do you like them? I'd love to have that information. And again, there will be links in the video description to the Lucky Speed Shop shorty levers and the other levers that I found. I haven't found a ton of options for shorty levers for the newer Softail models, but I'll put links to what I have found in the video description. So I hope you found this video useful and informational. I've tried to give you my honest opinion and tell you about my experiences with these levers and let you know what it's really been like as I've worked with them. So I'd appreciate it if you'd give the video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe and hit the notification bell and make sure you enable all notifications so you'll be alerted whenever the new videos come out. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the ride. I'll see you next time.